Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome again. Today our topic contain the following definitions: linear function involving n variables, linear cost function, linear revenue function, linear profit function, business. These are our topics that we cover in this lecture, and this is our lecture number 13. This is a continuation of our previous lecture in which we start chapter number 5, in which we see a linear function containing one variable, one independent variable and one dependent variable, and then we see a linear function containing two independent variable and one dependent variable. In the same way, we are here discuss linear functions involving n independent variables. Linear function involving n independent variables. A linear function in the same way as we discussed earlier, a linear function containing two independent variables and one dependent variable. In the same way, we have now n independent variables and one dependent variables. So a linear function f involving n independent variables. Let's say these independent variables names are x1, x2, so on xn. What are their names? x1, x2, so on xn, and a dependent variable y. And a dependent variable y has the general form. Y is equal to a function which is based on n variables, independent variables, and we can write it as y is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus so on an xn plus a naught. What is this? Y is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus so on plus an xn plus a naught. And we know very well that where these constants are concerned, a1, a2, so on an, these are not equal to 0, or we say these are non-zero. If any one of these is equal to 0, if any one of these are equal to 0, then it is not called a function of n variables. And this a naught is called the constant. Now we move towards how we can define a linear cost function. It is clear from its name that this function based on the cost function, that how we can estimate different kinds of cost in any organization or any firm or factory. Let's say in this way, how we can construct a linear cost function which reflects the cost of the purchase or the salaries or some materials, supplies, etc. So we see here organizations are mainly concerned with the cost. Because it shows the flowing out of money in form of dollars, or we say rupees of organizations. These outflows are in the form as I stated earlier. These outflows are in the form of salaries, because you have to pay them raw materials, because you have to purchase them, supplies, rent that you have to pay in form of money, then heat, utilities mean some utility bills or some etc. and so forth. The total cost is defined in terms of two components. The total cost is defined in two components. And what are these components? Number one we see here, that is total variable cost and total fixed cost. So we can say that a linear cost function is based on two types of costs. One is called the variable cost and the other is called the total fixed cost. In variable cost, in accounting point of view or your business point of view, you know that variable cost mean labor cost, some direct labor cost, indirect labor cost, in other ways some expenses which are directly involved in manufacturing something. These are called the total variable cost, and that is the fixed cost. Now we see here an example. The cost function C of x is defined as C define the cost, and it is based on the units. This x represent the number of units, is equal to 0.40x plus 18,000. C of x is equal to 0.40x plus 18,000. Here two basic points are, number one, 18,000 represent the fixed cost. 18,000 represent the fixed cost. It does not change in any way. Either you produce enormous quantity of units or you produce less quantity of units, this cost does not change. Number two, 0.40, this 0.40 represent the variable cost. This 0.40 represent the variable cost which varied with the number of miles x driven. This x represent here the number of miles you driven. If you drive 1 mile, then 2 mile, as you drive more and more, then this cost goes on increase. So 0.40 represent the variable cost which varied with the number of miles x driven. This x here represent the number of miles driven. Now another example, a firm which produce a single product is interested in determining the function that expresses annual total cost, that is represented with y, as a function of the number of unit produced, that is represented by x. Accountants indicates the fixed expenditure. Accountants indicates that fixed expenditure each year are $50,000. Accountant indicate that the fixed expenditure each year are $50,000. They also have estimated that raw materials cost for each unit produced are $5.50. They also estimated that the raw material cost for each unit produced are 5.50 and labor cost per unit are 1.50. In the assembly department, $0.75. In the finishing room, $1.25, 0.70 in the finishing room and $1.25 in the packaging and shipping department. So I have discussed earlier that the cost function based on two things, two types of cost. Number one is the variable cost and the number two is the fixed cost. Here you see that this 50,000, this $50,000 represents the fixed cost. It does not change in any way. And number two, I stated the variable cost, the total variable cost. Here you see that this labor cost, then assembly department cost, then finishing room cost, and then packaging. These are the different shapes of variable costs. These are the different shapes of variable cost. So now we see how we can develop a cost function with the help of given information. The total cost function has the form, you know that y is equal to C of x, y is equal to C of x, and C of x, and you see C of x is equal to the total variable cost plus fixed cost. Total variable cost plus fixed cost. The total variable cost, first we calculate the total variable cost. Total variable cost is equal to total raw material cost plus labor cost, assembly department, plus labor cost, finishing room, plus labor cost, shipping department. Because labor cost has different types of shapes, and some of these are the following. You see here. I am repeating again. Total raw material cost plus labor cost in the assembly department, plus labor cost in the finishing room, and plus labor cost in the shipping department. So we now see here, total variable cost is equal to how much each unit bear the cost in total raw material, that is 5.50, plus here on the labor cost, each unit cost is 1.50, labor cost in the finishing department, each unit bearing cost is 0.75, and in the labor cost in the shipping department bearing 1.25. So when we add this 5.50x plus 3.50x, it is total 9x. So our total variable cost is 9x. So total fixed cost, as we see in the above statement, it is $50,000. It is $50,000. So our cost function is 9x plus 50,000. Our cost function is 9x plus 50,000. Here 9 represent that combined variable cost which is employed on the production of each unit X, and 50,000 represent the total fixed cost. Now we see we move towards another definition, that is linear revenue function. What is linear revenue function? The money which flows into an organization from either selling product or providing services is often referred to as a revenue. The money which flows into an organization from either selling product or providing services. You also know that what is meant by providing services in the accounting point of view mean the services that provided by a doctor, by a lawyer, by an engineer, or by a tutor, and some in some other ways. These are called the providing services. Is often referred to as a revenue. Total revenue function in the form of equation is total revenue is equal to price multiplied by the quantity sold. Price multiplied by the quantity sold. So it is equal to R is equal to P1 X1. It is the price of first unit. It is the price of first department units. It is the price of second department units, and so on. It is the price of nth department units. In a summation form, it is written as R is equal to summation I run from 1 to n pi xi. Here we write in a summation form I runs from 1 to n pi xi. Now we move towards other definition, that is the linear profit function. That is the linear profit function. What is profit? It is the difference between the total revenue and total cost. It is the difference between total revenue and total cost. So profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost. In mathematical form, here we denote total revenue is equal to R of X and total cost represented by C of X, and profit is represented by P of X. Then it is written as R of X minus C of X. Profit is equal to revenue minus cost. When total revenue exceeds total cost, when total revenue exceeds total cost, profit is positive. Profit is positive. In such cases, profit may be referred to as net gain or net profit. In such cases, profit may be referred to as net gain or net profit. When total cost exceeds the total revenue, when total cost exceeds from the total revenue, profit is negative. Profit is negative. In such cases, negative profit may be referred to as net loss or deficit. Net loss or deficit. When the revenue and the cost of a linear functions of the same variable, the profit function is linear of the same variable. When revenue and cost of are linear function of same variable, the profit function is a linear function of the same variable. Now we see another example relating to this. Suppose a firm sells its product $30 per unit. Suppose a firm sells its product $30 per unit. Construct a revenue function. Construct a revenue function. Here, general form of the revenue function is Rx is equal to Px. Here P stands for the price and X stands for the number of units that produce. Where P represents the sale price and each unit X. So set P is equal to $30. So Rx is equal to 30x. Rx is equal to 30x. Now we see another example here. A firm sells a single product for $65 per unit. A firm sells a single product for $65 per unit. Variable cost per units are $20 for material and $27.50 for labor. Annual fixed cost are $1 lakh. Construct the profit function stated in terms of X, the number of units produced and sold, what profit earned if annual sales are 20,000 units. What profit earned if annual sales are 20,000 units. Its solution is profit is equal to revenue minus cost. We know its general equation and its mathematical form is P of X is equal to R of X minus C of X. Here the profit based on units, this X represents the units. Here R define the revenue which is based on the units, and here C represents the cost based on units. If the product sells for $65 per unit, if the product sells for $65 per unit, so Rx is equal to 65x. Here you see that in the statement, a firm sells a single product for $65 per unit. It means the price of each unit is 65. So I am writing here R of X is equal to 65x. 65 is the price of each unit and X represent the number of units. Now total cost is made up of material cost, labor cost and fixed cost. So cost is equal to 20x plus 27.50x plus 1 lakh. Here it is a material cost on each unit and 27.50 is the labor cost on each unit and 1 lakh represent its fixed cost. When you add them, it is equal to 47.50 plus 1 lakh. 47.50 x plus 1 lakh. Thus the profit function is P of x is equal to 65x minus 47.50x plus 1 lakh. When you open this bracket, you get 65x minus 47.50x minus 1 lakh. On simplification, you get 17.50x minus 1 lakh. Now, one more thing he stated in statement: if firm sells 20,000 units, 2 lakhs units. You see here. Here he states 20,000. So by mistaken I am writing here 2 lakh units. If firm sells 2 lakh units, then profit is you substitute simply at the place of x 2 lakh, or you want to try to write down here 20,000, you might write here 20,000. So I am writing at this time 2 lakh is equal to 17.50 multiplied by 2 lakh minus 1 lakh. When you multiply this, you get 3,50,000, 3,50,000 minus 1 lakh. So you get 2,50,000 profit. If you produce 20 lakh units, then you are able to earn 2,50,000 in a form of profit. So inshallah ta'ala we will meet in other video lecture after a short break. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.